My beloved listeners, if you've clicked on this video today, I want you to understand that your guardian angel has an important message for you. This isn't just any message. It's one that has the power to shift your perspective, to change the way you see things. Your angel is here to reveal a truth that has remained hidden for too long. And now, at last, the time has come for you to learn it. For a long while, I have kept this from you, not out of malice or secrecy, but because I wasn't ready to face it myself. But today, I know it is vital that you understand what has been happening, that you hear the words I have never spoken before. Do you remember those times when we would sit together and dream about the future? When we would talk about our aspirations, our hopes, and how we envisioned building a life together? In those moments, I was completely devoted to you. Deep within my heart, I knew you were the one. Everything felt perfect, so perfect that I never once questioned if things could go any other way. It was as if the universe itself had aligned in our favor, paving the way for a life that I was certain we were meant to share. There was never a doubt in my mind. And yet, despite all of that, despite the love I held for you, something began to change. It wasn't anything between us. There was no fight, no issue that arose between you and me. No, this change came from the outside, creeping into my life in a way I never anticipated. It all began with my mother. At first, it was subtle. She would make small remarks, little comments here and there, things that didn't seem too serious at the time. I brushed them off, thinking they were nothing more than passing thoughts, harmless words spoken without real weight. But over time, those remarks grew into something more. They became conversations, long, deep discussions that seemed to stretch into the late hours of the night. And in those conversations, my mother spoke with such concern, such urgency, as though she was trying to protect me from something I couldn't yet see. She insisted that she was only looking out for me, that all she wanted was to ensure I didn't make a mistake, that she was only shielding me from future pain that I might not have been able to foresee. I never asked for this advice, never sought it out, but she gave it anyway, believing it was her duty to intervene before it was too late. At first, I ignored it. Creep in. Her words, so persistent, so carefully placed, started to take root in my mind. I found myself asking questions I had never considered before, questions that made me question everything. What if she was right? What if I was making a mistake? What if, despite all the love we shared, this wasn't meant to last? These thoughts, these doubts, grew stronger with each passing day until they became impossible to ignore. And then, one night, my mother said something that changed everything. She looked at me with eyes full of worry and told me, in the most certain voice I had ever heard, "Your relationship will never work out. They are older than anyone I would ever accept in your life." In her eyes, our age difference wasn't just a small detail, it was a glaring problem, a warning sign that I had foolishly ignored. She believed that marrying you would be a mistake, that our future together would be filled with obstacles we would never be able to overcome. She told me that people would always talk about us, that the judgment would never end, that we would be scrutinized forever. She painted a picture of a life where we were constantly whispered about, constantly questioned, constantly judged. And worst of all, she made me fear things I had never even thought about before. She made me question what it would mean to build a family, to grow older together, and whether our love would be strong enough to withstand all the challenges she believed were inevitable. I didn't want to believe her, but her words stuck with me. No matter how much I tried to fight it, they had already taken root in my mind. Little by little, I let her fears become my own, until eventually they outweighed the certainty I had once felt for us. And so, I made the hardest decision of my life. I walked away from you. I told myself it was for the best, that I was protecting myself from a future of hardship. But deep down, a part of me already knew the truth. I was making a terrible mistake. But by the time I realized it was too late. I had already let go of the person I loved most in the world. But that's not where the story ends. There's something else I need to tell you. Something I have never admitted to anyone before. After I left you, I married someone else. Someone who fit the image my mother had envisioned for me. Someone who met all of her expectations, all of her requirements, all of the standards she had laid out. To the outside world, it probably looked like I had made the right choice. I had chosen a life of stability, a marriage that my family approved of, a future that seemed perfectly aligned with what everyone thought was best for me. But inside, I was crumbling. There was no love in this marriage, no passion, no connection, no real joy. Every day, I wake up feeling like I'm living someone else's life, trapped in a story that isn't mine. The person I married isn't you, and that thought haunts me. It follows me everywhere I go, a shadow that lingers, a whisper in the back of my mind that never fades. I try to ignore it, to pretend that this is the life I chose willingly, but deep down, I know the truth. I didn't choose this life. It was chosen for me, and now, all I am left with is regret. I thought I was protecting myself from pain by listening to my mother, but the pain I feel now is far worse than anything I could have imagined. I feel lost, like I am unraveling a little more each day, like I no longer recognize the person I have become. The people around me believe I made the right decision, but they don't see the truth. They don't see the emptiness, the loneliness, the ache that consumes me. They don't see the moments when I lie awake at night, thinking about you, wondering what our life could have been if I had only been brave enough to fight for us. And every single day, I think about the future we were supposed to have. I think about the love we shared, the dreams we built together, the life we could have lived. And I wonder, if I had chosen you instead, would I finally have been truly happy? I often wonder how different my life would have been if I hadn't allowed fear and doubt to take control. At the time, I truly believed I was making the right choices, following what seemed to be the safest and most logical path. But now, looking back, I see how mistaken I was. I feel trapped in a life that no longer feels like my own, constantly thinking about the love and future we could have shared. The weight of regret hangs heavy on my heart, making me question every decision that led me to this moment. But even in the depths of sorrow, your guardian angel has a message for you, one of hope, reassurance, and divine guidance. Despite the pain and regret that you may be feeling, your guardian angel wants you to know that all is not lost. Sometimes we make choices out of fear, allowing the voices of others to drown out the truth within our own hearts. We let the world dictate our path, instead of listening to the gentle whispers of our souls. But no matter how lost you feel, it is never too late to rediscover your joy, to realign with the love and guidance that has always surrounded you. You have not been abandoned, nor have you strayed too far to find your way back. Your guardian angel is here, reminding you that the universe is always conspiring in your favor, even when you cannot yet see the blessings unfolding before you. In addition to the emotional and spiritual healing that is on the horizon, your guardian angel also brings an important message regarding your finances. If you have been struggling with money, feeling the weight of financial uncertainty pressing down on you, know that a turning point is near. A significant shift is coming, one that will bring newfound security and stability, allowing you to breathe a little easier. Even if things seem difficult now, an unexpected financial blessing is on its way. Whether it comes through a successful investment, an unforeseen opportunity, or another form of abundance, this shift will positively impact your well-being, giving you confidence in your future. This financial transformation will not only bring relief, but will also open doors you once thought were firmly shut. The struggles that have consumed your thoughts, the worries that have kept you awake at night, will soon give way to hope and renewed purpose. As this financial breakthrough arrives, you are stepping into a new chapter, one filled with opportunities to bring your dreams to life. Whether it's making that long-awaited purchase, investing in a passion project, or starting something new, the universe is aligning to make the once unattainable possible. The very things you thought were out of reach will suddenly appear within your grasp. The opportunities you once dismissed as wishful thinking will now become tangible realities. It is a time of divine alignment where your efforts, faith, and patience will be rewarded in ways beyond your imagination. However, with this blessing comes responsibility. While financial freedom offers relief, this is not a time for reckless decisions. Your guardian angels encourage you to be wise and intentional with your resources. Avoid impulsive spending and instead make choices that align with your long-term goals. This blessing isn't just about temporary satisfaction. It's about creating a life of true abundance and fulfillment. Money, when used with wisdom, can become a powerful tool for growth, stability, and transformation. It is not just about acquiring wealth, but about using it in ways that uplift and inspire, bringing positive change not only to your life, but to those around you. As your financial stability strengthens, you will notice a profound shift within yourself. The burdens that have weighed you down will begin to lift, replaced by a renewed sense of peace and optimism. The fears that once paralyzed you will lose their power, and you will begin to move forward with newfound confidence. Challenges will no longer feel like insurmountable obstacles, but rather as opportunities for growth and transformation. You will start to see life differently, embracing each moment with gratitude and courage. The fear of financial instability will no longer hold you back from living the life you truly desire. Instead, you will step boldly into your destiny, knowing that you are supported by divine forces that wish to see you thrive.